It's tastePINK, and I want to welcome you all back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you find that this video is helpful in any capacity, be sure to give it a thumbs up because I want to know that the Yay or Nay series is actually beneficial to you guys, because I try to speak from the perspective of a consumer, as I know a lot about crochet braids, and since I've done my latest tutorial, you guys have really loved it, but I've received a lot of questions, so I knew I had to do an update as well as a review. So to give you guys the specifics on my style, I am wearing the Freetress 3x pre-loop hair in the style Water Wave, and I used 2 packs which has 3 bundles each, along with 2 extra bundles in the color number 4. Now, because the pre-loop hair does not have a wide color range, I had to get 1 package of the Freetress bulk water wave hair in the color TP430 because I wanted some nice subtle highlights. You guys know how I like to do. I'm going into my 3rd week with this style. Of course, there are some pros and there are some cons, and I'm going to get into it and give you guys the full details. So, the huge convenience with this particular style is that you are paying for convenience. The pre-loop is essentially decreasing the chances of having to separate your hair. You don't have to worry about the splitting or the tangling before you even get the hair into the crochet knot. The Flexi lock is the new technology or the feature that helps you to secure your knot in place. So there's no more slipping knots. Yes, that is the biggest hassle that a lot of us have, beginners, intermediate, and even advanced. It's super simple. It requires a 1 knot method, and I have not found that my knots have slipped. The Flexi lock is sturdy, it's rigid, and it stays put. I think that's the biggest advantage. However, unfortunately, because I had to use the Freetress water wave in the non-pre-loop style, I did have to separate the hair to achieve this, but you can do it without the non-pre-loop hair. But of course, I noticed when I was separating the hair using the normal water wave hair, it was much more difficult to separate, and I found that I did have a lot more frizz. I did encounter more knots, and there were even pieces that I could not use. So I would say if you do use the normal water wave hair that does not have the pre-loop, you have the option to just not split the hair because that'll make it easier, or just take your time because you will run into knots and tangles with this hair. And another thing that was a huge bummer for me, I wore this hair when I wore a sequin dress on a night out, and girl, can I just let you know that that hair tangled like nobody's business, and I had to go in and do a lot of maintenance, a lot of trimming to remove the knots. And I have a video showing you guys how to strategically remove the knots so you can preserve the overall curl pattern of your hair. But again, if you have jewelry, sequins, things that have a rigid or like kind of bumpy surface, it is going to make contact with your synthetic hair, and it's going to cause those tangles and those knots, those really stubborn knots that may destroy the curl pattern, because that is what I noticed during this install. For it being 3 weeks, I think this hair is holding up very well, has a nice luster. I definitely like the length. It's not 22 inches, it's 16 inches, which is a great medium for someone like myself. You don't want it to be too short, you don't want it to be too long. And I even ended up, trimming the hair as I showed in my tutorial, because I think shorter hair like this, it gives you way more volume when you trim it and add some layers. So I definitely love that. But you are going to pay a considerable amount more for the pre-loop hair, because again, you're paying for that convenience. So I've seen the pre-loop hair range anywhere from $15.99 up to almost $19. So again, you are paying for convenience and an improved technology so that it's less time that you spend installing your crochet braids. And I think that is really innovative, and from a consumer buyer aspect, you have to think You have to pay for the convenience. So I do appreciate that, but again, you might want to save your coins. To my young girls who are on a budget, this style can still be for you. You may even get away with using just 2 packs, or you can use 2 packs of the pre-loop hair and just use 2 or 3 packs of the regular Freetress Water Wave bulk hair. That is cheaper per pack. It ranges anywhere from $5.99 to $6.99. So I definitely recommend this hair. I would give this style 4 out of 5 stars because the tangling when I wore that sequin dress was excessive, but the maintenance is super low. I will link my maintenance and nighttime routine for this hair in the description box as well as in the video so you guys can see, but I definitely recommend this for my ladies on the go who don't want to hassle with their hair. So I hope this is a really helpful video for you guys, and I will leave the links to different websites where you can purchase this hair, as I received mine from samsbeauty.com, and I want you guys to try it. Try it if you are nervous about crochet braids, because this is great for beginners to just try different styles. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you so much for watching.